The EU is Sri Lanka's single largest buyer of apparel, accounting for nearly $2.2 billion worth of exports in the year 2013-2014. Hugo Astuto, the acting managing director for Asia and the Pacific of the European External Action Service, had this to say on the issue of Sri Lanka's GSP Plus status.
The working group on trade and economic cooperation met here, and the EU and Sri Lanka started a process that may lead to the readmission of Sri Lanka to the status of GSP Plus under the EU's new GSP regulation. This may well take some time because as part of the GSP regulations, Sri Lanka must first ensure good compliance with 27 UN conventions on human rights, labor standards, environmental standards. To help with this process, today we have agreed in principle to set up a working group on governance, rule of law and human rights, and we look forward to the first meeting of this working group, hopefully later this year.
Newsfirst asked Astuto if the EU had achieved its mandate when it first pulled Sri Lanka's GSP Plus status in 2010.
What did you intend to see happen when you took away that GSP Plus status, and in hindsight, do you feel you achieved your objective?
Well, I suppose that's arguable, but it also belongs to the past. I mean, what's important now is that we focus on the future. That's why we have undertaken this conversation with the government of Sri Lanka. And, well, let's be hopeful and think that we can move forward.
I mean, it would be useful to analyze that situation in the past because it did affect 250,000 Sri Lankans who work directly in the garment industry.
No, well, the GSP Plus is a system which is rule-based, so there wasn't much of a choice. I mean, it comes with the commitment to ratify and implement 27 international conventions on human rights, on environmental standards, on labor standards. At the end of an investigation, which took quite some time, I think a year or so, it appeared that these conditions were not fulfilled, so there wasn't much we can do beyond simply suspending. This comes with the system as it is.
So your hands were tied at that point?
That's the system. We are a rule-based organization and we respond to our stakeholders, the European Parliament, European public opinion.